We are at SEMA 2024.
Yep, and we've got new tools from Milwaukee, GearWrench, Harbor Freight, WIHA, Knipex,
and so much more. This is the Tool Show. Welcome back, guys. I'm Sarah, that's Rob, and we are at SEMA 2024.
And there are so many cool cars. Look at the super cool cars.
We should probably look at tools too. We should start there.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, guys, we're here with Ryan in the Levrack booth. Now, a bunch of our buddies have Levracks we've seen in their places. They worked amazingly well. Ryan's nice to meet you for the first time. I appreciate it.
Great to meet you.
These things have always impressed us. You guys seem to fit a ton of space in the shop in such a small area, but it's so easy to get to stuff.
Right.
I get how the system works. What new stuff are you guys showing us this week?
This is our 12-foot system. So within that and all of our different sizes, we have 12, 10, 8, and 7-foot lengths. And then 48, 42, 38, 36, and 30. So we have a bunch of different options that way. But specifically on this, the new accessories that we've got, it's a split shelf. We haven't quite decided on the name yet, but it gives you the ability to just be more modular with what you've got. So a lot of in the garage spaces, this gives you the ability to hang on this side and just do some more organization with like cubby style shelving on this. We also are implementing the 3-inch Rousseau drawer into these. So we've got 6-inch drawers that we've done for a while. Now you have the ability to apply these like low profile Rousseau drawers. The newest thing that we have is a collaboration with WeatherTech coming out. It's this anti-slip mat. We just unfolded them so they're a little wrinkled, but this is really cool, just a really cool add-on you can do. And then finally these half shelves. So it's a 9-inch shelf that you'll be able to apply with a lip on it. These are gonna be super affordable additions in situations where you have drawers and a top. This kind of gives you some more storage without kind of covering up.
You guys are actually turning some of the storage area into workspace.
Yeah, it can be, and that's the goal.
So much sense.
The goal is to just maximize what you have for space.
Yeah.
And create a solution that is workspace and storage all in one. Maximizing your square foot is what it's all about. So.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thanks, Ryan. Really appreciate the tour.
Appreciate it. Absolutely.
All right, guys, we're here in the GearWrench booth with Tyler, who's going to show us brand new GearWrench diagnostic tools. This is the first time we've seen diagnostic tools from GearWrench, right?
Yep, they are brand new. We're entering this space.
Tell me about the different options you have.
Yeah, so we got one for everybody. So for like the average consumer, anyone that drives a vehicle, you have the GW scan, which will give you all your diagnostic codes, a little bit of live data. Then we have the Smart BT here, which has some bi-directional control for like that weekend warrior that needs to do an ABS bleed. A little bit lighter work.
So bi-directional means we're going to be able to clear codes on a car and that kind of, okay, sure.
Do some communicating, some programming. Then we have the full-on 7-inch Smart 07 tablet. And this one has all the reprogramming. It does have free updates for 3 years. After that, it's about $150 a year. These first two, though, they have free updates for life. So,
no kidding.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So again, this is brand new for GearWrench. Are these available now?
These are available now from any of our authorized retailers.
Okay, all right. So if I just want to check in on my own car and stuff, what are prices for the first two?
So basically we got $70, $150, $700.
And then that's that monthly $150 after the first 3 years.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Well, great. This is exciting, man. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it. All right, if you guys have ever watched the show before, you probably already know who tite-reach is. And we're here at the tite-reach booth with Taylor. Taylor, thanks so much for joining us. So nice to meet you in person.
Yep.
Tell us what cool is going on at tite-reach.
Hey Rob, so you guys probably know us from our extension wrenches. So basically, you can use your ratchet on them. It's more or less just extend your reach in kind of an odd spot. A lot of them you can use your impacts with too, so just kind of showing you a quick little demo here. Those areas where you can't get your impact into, you can just kind of reach it into a tighter spot. So anyway, we have some products for these extension wrenches specifically. I'm just gonna grab that one. So instead of using the adapter that comes with the extension wrench in your socket, basically what we did is we built that adapter into the actual socket itself.
Oh, that's so great.
So it sits a lot lower.
Yep.
And it's also magnetic too. So it holds on to it for you.
Oh, that's
we got
awesome.
a ratchet. It's not out quite yet, but it is coming out. So the ratchet basically kind of has almost a female end to it. And so instead of having your square drive stick out, it actually is on the socket and goes into the ratchet, kind of like a pass-through, but it's not a true pass-through because you got your magnet in there instead. So that's coming out here pretty quick. I'm gonna kind of bring you guys over to the extension clamps here quick. That's our line over here. So you guys maybe also know our extension clamps. They've been around for quite a while.
When you guys sent us those, we used that on our Milwaukee bike.
Perfect.
Yep.
So you guys kind of know how they work. We got a couple different sizes and everything like that. They're kind of like a mini vise. You basically put your bolt, nut, fastener in there instead of taping it to your finger or taping it to, say, like a screwdriver.
Yeah.
You can bring it into a frame or a tight spot, just like that. You pop it up.
So cool.
So those are available right now. We've had those out for a while, but we have a bendable version coming out now, a couple different versions.
Ooh,
so you know what a claw retrieval tool is? You've seen those around, right?
Of course, sure.
Have the plunger on the back that controls that claw normally. Well, we put an extension clamp on the front, so you got your jaw on the front. So this is the non-obedient version, but we also have an obedient version coming out. So what we can do is actually get around a corner. So I'll show you a demo here. You bring it in.
Oh my gosh.
See if I can get it right here. We can do one more adjustment. Just kind of like that. Yep.
Dude, that's great.
So that's what's new at tite-reach. Like I said, these aren't available yet. They'll be available Q1 of next year. Same with the ratchets. But yeah, a lot of new products here at tite-reach.
And where do we go to get them?
tite-reach.com, or we do have most of our products on Amazon too.
Awesome. Thanks, Taylor. Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you, bud.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Nice meeting you too.
All right, guys, we're here in the Knipex booth. I'm here with Addison. Addison, I'm really excited because you seem to be excited. What are you so focused on over here?
I am so excited to announce some new tools here at SEMA. I'm excited to be with Rob and Sarah from Tool Show.
Of course.
Always get you guys kind of up to speed with some of the new tools that we have and that we're showing this year.
Great.
So first off, I want to kind of showcase one last time. We launched 3 years ago our Twin Grip, our version of a slip joint plier.
Yeah.
So when looking at this tool, you have two different types of gripping areas here. You have your front gripping area and your side gripping area. We've also incorporated a push button adjustment. If you don't already know, 5 push button adjustments on this tool. Also, we've incorporated the pinch guard.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we've actually featured that before.
Absolutely. And with that, I think many years, for the last 3 years, what's been the number one question? We want more sizes, and Robert, I'm finally happy to say that we finally have those here at SEMA this year. So introducing the 6-inch and the 10-inch tools to add to our Twin Grip family. So focusing on the 6-inch first. Same head design, front gripping area and side gripping area. 3 push button adjustments on this one with up to 1/8 of an inch capacity, as you can see there. Again, pinch guard. I know many automotive guys that always are pinching their fingers, and that box joint design. So this is the 6-inch Twin Grip, 8201-150, available in dipped handles and multi-component, coming soon.
Very cool.
Let's focus on the 10-inch now. I think in the automotive industry, everybody wants to talk heavy duty.
Sure.
This tool is an absolute beast. Okay, same head design as well, front gripping area and side gripping area. 7 push button adjustments on this tool with up to 1 inch capacity.
Wow.
This is an absolute monster. I'm talking diesel truck work. Again, we've also incorporated that pinch guard as well. And I just am so happy to finally have a family of Twin Grips to add to our extensive line, to fit right in with our Cobra family, our Pliers wrench family, and now our Twin Grip family.
That's awesome. Can you show us how these act? So the Twin Grip, you're talking about being able to grab, and I'm going to grab the wrong one here, but being able to grab a bolt, you know, like you're used to on the side, right?
Yep, absolutely.
I made that too wide. There we go. On the side, but also using that unusual tip, being able to pinch from above, right?
Absolutely. And I can show you as well here.
That's awesome. Please.
So if I want to grip from the top side, use that push button adjustment, grip it right onto the flat workpiece, and that's the top gripping area there.
That's awesome.
That's the teeth working in opposite directions. And now that side gripping area here. And all this is possible from that slim head design. So as you probably know with our Cobras, not as slim as head as this. For those tighter work pieces, that's why we have this Twin Grip. That's why we have this, our version of a slip joint plier with 2 gripping areas for those confined areas to really utilize it.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, Addison, last question, availability.
It is available right now. So
awesome.
We have, all these are available individual. We also have the 3-piece Twin Grip set as well. So available online, available at any distributors, local distributors, and we're excited.
Great.
We're excited.
Thanks, Addison.
Thank
It's
you.
nice to meet you, bud.
Yes,
appreciate
thank you.
it.
Okay, quick break from SEMA to tell you about this week's sponsor, Flexispot. Now, over a month ago, they sent us a chair. This chair. It's a professional ergonomic C7 Max, which is specifically designed for extended use, which is perfect for me because I'm at my desk a lot. And if I'm being honest, at first I thought this thing was way too complicated. I mean, look at that thing. I wasn't worried so much about being comfortable as I was about accidentally traveling through time. But as it turns out, every one of those smooth curves and adjustable features is designed to make me more comfortable while I work, and I was shocked by how well it all worked together. Let's start with the seat, which has a 0.2-inch thick latex layer, providing comfort for long sessions of sitting, which is much softer than regular foam cushions. And see that curve by my lower back? That's the adaptive lumbar support. It easily clicks into 5 different heights, with 2 being the sweet spot for me. The backrest can lock in 4 different reclining positions, maxing out at 135 degrees. And the armrests are absolutely crazy. They easily adjust in height and rotate into a plethora of angles, making it easy to support my arms while I type at my desk. The seat even slides forward to support your thighs. And the headrest. I have had headrests on office chairs before, but they only supported my head when I leaned back to play games on my phone instead of edit.
Rob, did you edit the video?
I edited it!
That's too many did-it-its.
Pete Holmes, watch him.
But this 3D headrest actually adjusts to your neck, supporting your head while you sit up and get work done. I freaking love it. I'm serious. Once I got it all dialed in, the C7 Max has made me the most comfortable I've ever been at a desk, and I'm never going back. If you want to try it, Flexispot has a 30-day return policy for a risk-free trial, a 5-year warranty with direct replacement for damaged parts, and if you use our exclusive code C730, you can save $30 on your purchase. I'll put a link in the description. Now, let's get back to SEMA.
All right, so I'm at the GearWrench booth. I know my stepbrother's around here somewhere. Hey! How are you, Murry?
I'm good. How about you?
So good to see you. Murry Kruger, here in the GearWrench booth, brought a beautiful new truck. Now, last year at SEMA, we saw you had a Lexus, right?
Yes, a wide-body Lexus. Yep.
That's right. This year, you went a completely different route, but man, does this truck look good. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so we picked this up. It's a 2023 Toyota Tacoma. It was bone stock in February. Started working on it March. So there's not much stock on here anymore. We've lifted the truck. We've gone through and put CBI armor bumpers throughout the whole thing. It's high clearance. This truck can be driven anywhere. That was the big idea with the wide body last year. It was like, okay, we can sort of cruise with this on nice days, but this thing will go
no
anywhere, exactly, fit the whole family in, have a good time. We've got lights around the whole thing. Actually, I believe, not counting the headlights, we have 16 diode dynamic lights. 16, and it's all on a relay box, so there's just one wire running into the cab, and there's a 8-gang panel that controls all the lights.
Oh, that's great.
And we've worked with Warren, Factor 55. We did a winch on the front with the synthetic cable. Yeah, and we tried to keep everything super clean. Like, probably noticed the white and black sort of thing with my, like, everybody knows me for doing a carbon fiber hood on a white vehicle. And we stuck with 33-inch wheels. So a big thing with Tacomas is guys want to do 35-inch wheels. They call them dirty fives because you got to re-gear the truck. The transmission starts gear hunting kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it just causes all kinds of problems. Now, the engine is known to be extremely reliable, but I feel like a lot of guys do what everybody wants them to do, and then it just makes the truck not fun to drive. So we wanted to make this that we can just take it anywhere, we can take it with the family, and that's one thing that, you know, we've got out of this build is that we can, it's really connected us as a family. We're leaving the city, right? We're going into the outdoors. I'm cooking, Natalie's going to the park with our daughter, and we're just having a great time. The iCamper tent up there is actually bigger than a king-size bed.
You're kidding.
Silas, our 17-year-old, hasn't come with us. He'd probably sleep on a tent on the ground.
Sure.
The bears will get him first, right?
Sure, yeah.
But so I sleep in here with my wife and our 6-year-old daughter, and we have tons of room. Actually, the first night we realized we had to stuff her into a sleeping bag to keep her contained to one area because she started flopping around and going sideways in the middle of the night. And then we've done
that's the biggest problem, too much room.
Yes, exactly. And we did the smart cap. So this is actually stainless steel, and it's all powder coated. And these bins, they have like 5 or 6 different bins that you can attach to the inside. And this is their whole kitchen bin. So we've used the slots. I've gotten in trouble for using the metal flipper on the frying pan there. I scratched it up like crazy. Natalie's like, use the plastic one, use the plastic one. So yeah, some guys were giving me a little hassle. Oh, you're not actually using this, but we have. I've actually we jumped it once and I bent one of the rims, so we've had to replace a rim. So the
oh
truck,
my God.
Yeah, the truck is actually getting used. And the suspension, so it's really cool.
I was going to say, is that air adjustable?
No, so
what is that?
Yeah, so it's got dampening on it, high and low dampening. So it's made by AccuTune. It's their in-house brand. They take like Fox and King suspension and they make them for like pre-runners. And they change the valving, they take apart the new suspension. They take the top suspension you can buy and make it better. This is their in-house brand they just released called Ride Shocks. I believe mine's one of the first to get the heavy setup because this truck is so extremely heavy with all the stuff on it.
I bet.
So the way it worked is I told them everything that I was putting on the truck. They figured out what the weight was going to be and they completely designed the suspension and set it up for this truck. And we went, you see here, we went from 4 leaf springs to 9 leaf springs so that we don't get the sag. If you go around the show, you'll see, and not hating on other people's builds, but they just threw a whole bunch of stuff on the back.
And there's a lot of sag.
A lot of sag, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to, you know, have a little bit of rake. It levels out when we fill it up when we go overlanding and camping. But yeah, it's just been amazing working with these guys and supporting a lot of smaller brands on the build has been great. Toyo Tires jumped in with the RT trail tires. These things were phenomenal on the drive down. We had just put them on. We went through some snow. We drove up the side of the mountain. I'm sure GearWrench really appreciated us taking it off-road. And I got a message just before the show, right? Yeah. And then in the back, we've got the deck system here. You can see all of our GearWrench EVA trays we put in. We actually, in the interior, we installed a holder for our phone and our radio and stuff in a Lowe's parking lot of all places.
Did you really?
We did, and we used all the tools that we had here. Yeah, and then of course the torque wrench. This thing has been torquing our wheels for like the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Absolutely beautiful build. Now I've heard also that part of your goal was to keep this in the realm of attainability for the average guy, right?
Yes.
So, how much is invested in the modifications in the truck?
There's probably, I'd say around 50,000 in parts, and then I've probably got about 350 hours. We didn't keep track, we just sort of figured it out at the end.
Yeah.
But like everything I've done here is myself. We used like my buddy's shop to do the wheel alignment and that type of stuff. We drove down to CBI in Idaho Falls, and they did most of the work putting on the bumpers, but it's easy enough that's, you know, guy like me who's somewhat mechanically inclined can do this type of stuff. You don't have to pay a mechanic, but that was the big thing with it, that, you know, anyone can do this, anyone can get these parts.
Yeah.
And it just keeps it like obtainable and yeah. And the Toyota Tacoma, the reason we picked the Toyota Tacoma is Toyota owns 40% of the mid-sized truck market with the Tacoma. Yeah, and there's so many accessories. So we talked about doing a 2024 because it's a new body style. This one's been around for I think about 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
So there are so many aftermarket parts. That was like actually a headache trying to figure out what we're going to put on because so many different
There's that many options.
There's so many options. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I sort of got emotional driving down with my son Silas because I was like, it's done. Like we still have to put some stuff on it just for content, but yeah, it's
half of it though is building it together as a family.
Exactly, and then using it too. That was huge.
All right, well, speaking of family, tell Mom I said hello.
Yes, of course.
So great to see you,
Yes,
bud.
you too.
Excellent build. Thanks for giving us the tour.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
All right, guys, we're here with Eric in the Harbor Freight booth. Look at these brand new Predator power stations. I had no idea you guys were going to do these battery power stations, these inverters. This is great. Tell us all about this brand new line.
Absolutely. So all of these power stations are lithium iron phosphate power stations. They're going to be launching spring of this year. The smallest one will actually be launching a little bit earlier, mid-December. As I mentioned, all lithium iron phosphate battery. 5-year warranty on these.
Wow.
The larger models here, the 600, 1200, and 2000, will all have emergency power supply functionality, so you can run devices on them with them plugged into the wall. If you lose power, it'll instantly flip over and switch over to battery power. All can be charged with a car, from the wall, or solar panels as well. The smallest one can also charge with USB-C. They all have multiple 120 volt outlets, all have USB-C ports, all have at least one high power USB-C port that's 100 watts. So great options there. The larger two options will have onboard storage, where you can include store your AC cable, your carport cable, as well as your solar cable.
That is so nice.
No losing those. Lithium iron phosphate batteries, great advantage over lithium ion batteries, significantly longer lasting. Lithium ion power station like this, you get about 500 charge cycles till you're at 80% battery health.
Okay.
These you're gonna have 3,500 cycles till you're 80% battery health.
That is awesome.
Great performance there, all fast charge. So all of them you can charge from the wall from 0 to 100% in about 2 hours or less.
Wow.
If you max out your solar input on them, they'll all charge from 0 to 100 in about 3 to 3.5 hours.
No kidding.
So
How many
fast
panels
charging as
is
well.
that?
Depends on the unit. The larger units you can connect easily up to 4 panels.
All right.
The smaller ones you can connect one panel, either a 100 watt or a 200 watt.
Okay, sounds good.
And we do have 100 and 200 watt solar panels
I was
that we're
going to say, I
launching at the
noticed
same
you actually
time.
have Predator branded solar panels down here too.
Absolutely.
That fold up.
Yep, foldable
portable?
solar panel. So this is our 100 watt here. It's about 11 pounds, IP67, dust and waterproof. Monocrystalline solar panel technology.
And there's storage for all your cables.
Storage.
Built into it.
They also have
a stand built into
kickstand
it?
so that you can
Nice.
adjust it to get the right angle for sunlight absorption.
Yeah, that's great.
And then they also use very common MC4 connectors, so they're very compatible with other brands, obviously Predator, but as well as other brands' power stations as well.
All right, price and availability.
So the $199 that's launching in December, that one's going to be $199.99.
Okay.
The others we don't have final pricing yet, but they'll be in the neighborhood of $350, $650, and $950.
Excellent.
And the solar panels in the neighborhood of $199 for the 100 watt, $299 for the 200 watt.
Sounds good. Awesome. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, guys, we're in the Ingersol Rand booth. I'm here with David. David, tell me all about this DXS system. This is absolutely fascinating.
So drive exchange system, yeah, we launched it last year here at SEMA on our Air tool, our 2236 titanium tool, and this year now we're back on our cordless platform.
All right.
So this tool allows you to interchange anvils. You can put anywhere from a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 inch anvil.
So that's like these guys here.
Yep.
There you go. Okay, sorry.
And then we also
I see. Yeah.
Yep. And then we also have extended anvils, anywhere from this 2-inch one, 4, 6, 8, and 10 inch. So you don't have to use an adapter or an extension.
Right.
And you effectively get 20 to 30% more power out of the tool.
Because you lose a lot of torque when you're using an attachment
Absolutely,
like that.
right.
Sure.
So you get the full delivery, 1,500 foot-pounds of torque out of this tool.
Wow.
So, and then earlier this year, we launched the drive exchange system direct drive sockets.
Very
so
cool.
this tool makes the tool much smaller, and you can get more power out of the tool by directly connecting the socket to the tool.
Look at that. That's amazing.
Makes it much smaller, much more effective tool. So full delivery. So what we like to say is you never lose power with this tool.
Love that.
Yeah.
That is great. All right, so talk to me about price and availability on these guys.
You can get this tool, the tool, 2 batteries, and a charger for about $490.
No kidding. And then the new socket sets?
The new socket sets run anywhere from about $130 to about $170 for the deep wells.
Very, very cool. Thanks, David. Appreciate your time,
Thank
bud.
you.
All right, if you guys have ever been on TikTok, you've probably seen this from Fanttik. This is their NEX E1 Max. This is their amazing pop-out powered screwdriver that comes with a whole bunch of different bits, right? Super convenient. One of the biggest #1 sellers on Amazon, right? So we're walking past their booth, and this is what caught my eye, was this guy right here. This is an entire beginner's toolkit from the same company. Press down on that thing and it slides right out and comes with a whole bunch of basics for at home. The first thing, of course, you'd expect from Fanttik is going to be a powered screwdriver, right? This powered screwdriver actually has 3 different torque settings, and it's charged by USB-C, which is great. Has a bunch of bits, but you also have a pair of pliers, you have a wrench, adjustable wrench, you have your hammer, you even have a little tape measure, some Allen wrenches, and of course a utility knife, and even a place to store your USB cable for charging your screwdriver. This guy, I believe, is like 89 bucks, but it has a really nice hard case on it. You just press down and it's locked in. It's super, super narrow, so it easily fit underneath your sink cabinet, anywhere it stays out of the way. It's just a really, really clever solution to anyone in your life who doesn't have any tools at all and needs just the basic for their house or for their apartment without taking up much space. I absolutely love this. All right, guys, we're in the Milwaukee booth here at SEMA 2024, here with Tanner, who's gonna show us their new sanders that are specifically for automotive use, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
This is the new 6-inch random orbital sander from Milwaukee. This is going to have adjustable dial for variable speed right there, as well as an easy trigger. This is going to be partnered with one of our new pack-out mod vacs on the bottom here. This has vac-link technology, so if I'm working 10 feet away, I don't need to get up and down to come and
turn
flip
on
the vac
and off your
switch on.
vac.
So
Nice.
I can throw this on my wrist or the tool that I'm using and quickly get that suction power so I don't have dust with whatever application I'm using.
Yeah.
So I can quickly just click that, and then I'm getting to work here really easily, and I can start doing those applications. Turn that off super easily. Once I turn that guy off, we have a toolless change here, so all I gotta do is flip that,
that's slick.
pull this out, and then, if I twist it lefty, then I can just take that off really quickly. We have 2 different pads that come with the kit, whether you wanna use hook 'em or stick 'em, it comes with both of them. The kit will be $449, comes with both of these batteries, both are high output, so you get plenty of runtime, can always leave one on the charger, and you're good to go, as well as the vacuum attachment set.
Love that idea. Love that they give you both a 2.5 and a 5.0. I think that's a great idea. Awesome. Well, thanks, Tanner.
Thank you
Really
so much for
appreciate it,
stopping
bud.
by.
All right, guys, we're still here in the Harbor Freight booth. I'm here with Odie, who's showing us their brand new G2 ratchet. Odie, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. Tell us what makes this new ratchet different.
We've taken our current product and brought it up to the next level. We've re-engineered everything to be more precise, to give you a lower back drag and a smoother feel. We've improved our gaskets by adding a gasket around the gear and the switch to help keep dirt and debris out for longevity. We've re-engineered the screws to be stronger, as well as the heads to be a little bit slimmer. We're introducing some new styles for the first time. We have a locking flex coming out, as well as some true stubbies in both flex head and fixed head.
That's awesome. I love this tiny thing, so when you're grabbing onto it, your 2 fingers kind of go right over there. Makes it really easy. Plop that on their bolt. Love that. That is just so cool.
We have a full range of this next generation ratchet that ranges from 1/4-inch drive all the way up to 1/2-inch drive and a 3/4-inch drive for the first time. Our 3/4-inch drive ratchet will be 90 teeth. Our 1/2-inch and 3/8 drives will be 80 teeth. 1/4-inch drives will be 72 teeth. And
now the previous version had 90 teeth, right?
Yes, sir.
So why did you dial back the number of teeth?
So what we found is 80 teeth is what gives you the best bang for your buck in terms of back drag and torque.
Yeah.
So we lowered the teeth down to 80. What that let us do, again, is bring the back drag down. It's a very light feel. So once you break a bolt loose, you can continue to use the ratchet to bring the bolt all the way out, instead of having to turn it with your fingers.
Yeah.
And that lower tooth count also brings the torque up. And it makes the teeth larger so they last longer.
Sure.
So when you pair that with the nickel chromoly steel that we use versus the chromoly before, you get the maximum torque and life out of this product.
Very, very cool. All right, so how is this stuff available now?
So all of this is coming out in about a year.
All right, we'll be looking for it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank
Odie.
you.
Nice
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
You too.
All right, guys, we can't go to SEMA and not stop at the WIHA booth. I'm here with Miran, who's going to show us the newest stuff from WIHA. Miran, thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Good to see you, my man.
Nice to see you.
Fantastic. Awesome.
Always love coming by the booth, seeing the orange, and the red and the yellow all lined up.
Got it.
Tell us about this kit.
Beautiful. Red, yellow stands for Insulated, Rated, Tested Tools. WIHA. This is a beautiful kit, 80-piece insulated set. You got a whole tray of insulated screwdrivers, Phillips, Robbie, slotted, Phillips, testing tool, all insulated, made in Germany, rated and tested VDE.
Awesome.
Then you have a whole tray of insulated nut drivers, metric and imperial, and you got Torx drivers as well. Oh wait, it doesn't stop there. You have a whole tray of insulated T-handles, again, SAE and metric, and you get 3/8 sockets for metric and SAE, ratchets, full tray. Look how beautiful that is. But it doesn't stop there, guys. One more tray to go, and you have a whole line of pliers and cutters, adjustable wrenches. We even have insulated folding rulers with a tape puller in here.
Oh, I love it.
And once we're done with the whole thing, you will just stack this bad boy up like this. You have another tray. You close it up, and it goes waterproof rolling case.
Oh, I love
Boom.
it.
And you're good to go.
That is so great. So talk about price and availability.
This is actually a $2,400 SRP set.
Okay.
But we're running a promotion right now till end of this year.
Okay.
Because it's our 85th anniversary.
It's your
for
anniversary
WIHA.
kit, right.
So this is an 80-piece set. We added 5 additional insulated Pico finish screwdriver, making it an 85-piece set.
Okay.
85 anniversary, 85-piece set
of
for
course.
$1,449.
$1,000 off.
$1,449 till end of this year, guys.
That's awesome.
Fantastic.
That is so cool.
Perfect.
All right, what else have you got?
All right, coming up here, guys. Since we're talking about kits and sets, I want to jump to our MRO set. This is probably one of my favorite sets. Along with that, that's a non-insulated version. That's an award-winning kit. So let's say the guys don't need to have insulated tools working on their EV, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
They can get a whole set that has a full tray of color-coded nut setters. Look at those, impact-rated, SAE and metric. You got a mallet, you got a folding ruler, and then you have this beautiful set in here called the Go Box.
Oh, God, I love those things.
All the impact bits with a 72 teeth ratchet and a bit holder in here. This is one of my favorite bit holders in here. This is the most snug you can find ever. Once you put the bit in here, it just doesn't come out. Perfectly snug.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's the first tray only. Then you jump on a second one. Thank you. You got a whole tray of screwdrivers, multi-drivers, hex keys, SAE, Imperial, and Torx drivers. That's the ErgoStar handle. The butterfly turn one key opens up for you. Pick the one you want, put it back in. Boom.
Close them all
How's
up.
your uncle? Then you go to the third tray. You got all the pliers and the cutters and the end nippers. You even have the auto adjustable one-hand operation plier in here. Lock it, put it back in here. Last but not least, you got a whole tray of sockets, ratchets, wrenches, SAE, metric. And you also have a compartment in here to put in your bits, smaller products, keep them nice and organized, and you stack it all up, lock it in.
Waterproof too?
Again, on wheels, like this, boom, and good to go, guys. Ready for the job site.
Awesome. All right.
One-stop shop.
Price and availability.
It's available right now again for $1,400. We're good to go.
Sounds good. Thanks for your time, bud. It's so
Robert.
good to see you, dude. Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot.
All right, before you guys get any ideas, no, that's not our Platinum Tool deal, but I didn't forget about you. This week, our code will get you $50 off a $100 purchase or more of any in-stock Milwaukee pack out. And the code you need is TS50672. Don't forget, it'll only work for the first 25 people, so use it quick. Hey guys, we're here in the Flex booth and I'm with John, who's going to show us some brand new polishers from Flex. Now, Flex has a history, the old maroon colored polishers that are really big over in Europe that they brought over here a few years ago. But what we're looking at today are the next generation in the 24-volt Flex platform. John, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. So tell us about these 3 new polishers.
Oh, we're so excited about these 3 new polishers. So we got a rotary polisher, we have a random orbital polisher, and we have a gear-driven orbital polisher. Okay, so let's talk about the changes in this next generation.
Please.
So, like we said, 24 volts, so we got more power right off the bat. We got more torque. We've been able to expand our RPM in orbit range to lower RPMs in orbits and higher with more control. Okay, the extra power makes it feel like it's a corded tool. Okay. So the other things we built into it is constant speed technology. So as I apply pressure, the computer inside the tool wants to pull more power and keep the same RPM going. So constant speed. The other thing with this is the microprocessor here will maintain the level of power until the battery dies. So you don't feel that drain of power
you're getting close
near
to
the end of the battery life. You get that full power and then it drops off, which is great. We've also improved the speed dial on this. So if you take a look at this, the speed dial is it clicks into position and stays in position. That's an improvement where the last one would just turn. So we have positive stops, even half speeds.
Are those separate speeds?
Yeah, we actually got 11 speeds, right?
Awesome.
But everybody in the industry is like, oh no, we want to go to 6, so because we like 6. but we have all the half speeds in there, so it's really 11.
Technically, this one goes to 11.
Everybody wanted to know, what's the
Yeah.
speed in between? So now you know that.
Very cool.
Yeah, we also added the 8mm throw and the 15mm throw.
Yeah.
So if you look at these two tools, they kind of look the same.
They do, yeah.
So from a distance now, you could see what the difference is, right?
Very cool.
Cooling technology. We have vents down here. It pulls air into the bottom of the tool, pulls it up over the motor, and vents out the top to keep the running cool. Because guys could be using this 5, 6, 7 hours a day.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's why the ergonomics is so important.
Yeah.
We've thinned out the handle so it's a more comfortable grip here. We also add a little more texture on the grip and a little knob on the bottom to give you more control. Also, the working height is closer to the surface. We've shortened the height so you don't have as much tippiness, so you have more control that way.
Easier to keep it flat.
So many more improvements.
Yeah.
It's not just a different battery. The gear head's redesigned, a little less vibration, a little less noise. So a lot of extra features. This is really a brand new tool.
Yeah.
So it's really the next generation in polishing. So we got 3 different tools here, right? They all play a different purpose and different applications. So when we polish paint, what we're really doing is we're cutting the clear coat. So there's the clear coat, we're taking a layer off, and they cut it. I'll call it cutting or compounding.
Okay.
The rotary is the most aggressive cutting.
Gotcha.
It removes the most imperfections the fastest.
Sure.
Right? The random orbital.
That's the most gentle.
The most gentle. It does a little bit of cutting and mostly for polishing.
Okay.
So it's like your final step. We call it the finisher.
Sure.
This is what you want to finish with. And then in the middle here we have the gear driven. So this is kind of in the middle of aggressive and gentle. I could do with a different pad and compound, I could do the same thing a rotary could do, be almost as aggressive as that, or I could be as gentle as the random orbital. So if like someone wants just one tool, this is really the tool they would want, right? If you notice, all of our tools have these little knobs, so I could put it down.
For setting it upside down,
and
yeah.
set it like that. Because when I have a pad on it and it's and polish, I don't want to put it down like
That's
that.
right.
I want to set it like this, right?
Awesome, John. So what about price and availability?
Okay, price. So they're hitting our distributors this week.
Awesome.
Okay, they're in our warehouse now, and they're going to get shipped out to our distributors. So you could be taking pre-orders. We're telling our distributors to take pre-orders now.
Wonderful.
So in the kit, so each 3 come in a kit, or you could buy it bare tool.
Oh, it's a bare tool, sure.
So what's included in the kit is 2 5-amp-hour batteries. That's these guys here. 2 5-amp-hour batteries and a 160-watt charger. The tool, of course. And we give you 2 backing plates. We give you a 5-inch and a 6-inch backing plate.
Okay.
And that's just for preference. Some guys like a 6-inch, some guys like a 5-inch.
Sure.
So we just give you both. Make it simple.
Cool.
We even give you the little bit of a little tool to help you change that out.
Change it,
right?
sure.
And you get a nice bag to go along with it to carry it if you have to take it somewhere.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And the great thing about it, about our system is like, we have 8 different batteries and 4 different chargers. So if you want a bigger battery with more capacity, you could do that, or a smaller battery to make it lighter. So we have a lot of options. We got 4 different chargers. So our 160-watt charger will charge us in 60 minutes. Our 550-watt charger will charge it in 30 minutes. Jeez. Yeah, it's much, so a lot of options there as well.
Awesome. All right, well, before I go, can I give it a shot myself?
Absolutely. Which one you want to try? You want to try the rotary?
I want to try the geared.
You want to try the gear driven?
Let's
Excellent.
give that a shot.
All right.
So I'm going to spread some of that around.
Yeah. And turn it on and lock it on. And now spread it, do like 1 pass and spread it around. There you go. Now turn it up to number 4. There you go. Turn up to number 4, and then now go ahead. And give it about 10, don't be afraid to push down about 10 pounds. I know that's...
Oh, that handles great.
Yeah, there you go. And, yeah, overlapping like that. Perfect. Yep. You've done this before?
No.
Are you sure? Look at that. You listen to directions well.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Just like mowing
overlapping. Yeah, perfect.
This does not vibrate hardly at all. Oh, look at that. See, you know you're done when you can see your camera in it.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thanks, John. Really, really appreciate the demo.
Oh, anytime. Hey,
thanks, bud.
Thank you for your time.
All right, guys, SEMA's wrapping up for day one.
I want to thank our sponsors, SKIL, Ohio Power Tool, for continuing to support our show and our community of tool fans.
All right, guys, if you can, go do something kind for someone else this weekend. And Sarah and I will see you for day 2 next week.